Hey guys, it's Selene Moon Goddess Tarot here. My name is Selima. I am here for another card reading, and I am tipsy. Just letting you guys know, it's a tipsy, gas you up type of reading. What makes you amazing? What makes you great? What makes people love you? That's the reading I'm doing because, funny enough, I thought I had to go into work tonight, and I did not need to go into work tonight. So I'm going to make it worth it and do this reading. Sorry, I hit my camera. Now it's all like blurry and shit. Anyway, uh, ooh, ooh, eh. There we go. Fantastic. Okay, so we're gonna do a 3 pick a card kind of situation. We got 3 piles here, okay? And I shuffled the top cards are oracle. It's an oracle deck that is, if you know tarot, it's very, very old actually, but it's the oracle deck of, oh Jesus, John Holland. And of course it's super like worn off, like shout out to him, because it's the psychic tarot is what it is. But anyway, so I have a card for the psychic tarot for each one, and then a different deck for each one. So I have the ruby tiger's eye heart here. So that's going to be pile 1. So it's like the tiger's eye. It's just, you can't see it here, but it's a bit red. It's more crimson, more red than the typical tiger's eye. And then I think this is God, is this sodalite? I think this is sodalite. A sodalite heart. Okay. And then we have a citrine crystal here. Citrine crystal. Here. Okay, for pile 3. So the way it's going to go, it's going to be pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. If you're interested in personal readings, please email me. I have a website that has some of who I am, some interesting information, I suppose. It's selenegifttarot.com, or you can email me at selenegifttarot.com, or I should say at gmail.com. And you can request a private reading through there. Otherwise, please enjoy. We're going to just see how it goes tonight. I'm buzzed. I hope you're buzzed. Get your drink together. Get whatever you're going to do together. Get all cozy and shit. And let's just see why you're so amazing. Let's just like fucking figure it out, okay? And I will see you at your reading. Okay, pile 1, here we are. You chose the kind of red ruby kind of tiger eye situation. So we have the card here of the heart chakra. So we're going to see what that all means, and let's see what makes you so amazing. Why does the heart chakra like mean that you're amazing? I want to say automatically that maybe you're an empath, or you're a super compassionate person if you pick this pile. You're somebody who sees the good in people before they see it in themselves. But let's see. Let's just check it out. All right. Tell me why pile 1 is so amazing. Why is pile 1 so amazing? We have the Wheel of Fortune. Ooh. Okay. Another one. 6 of Wands. Ooh. Wow. Okay. Okay. Wow. Cards are talking tonight. Page of Swords on top of that. Okay. Page of Swords on top of... Oh, okay. All right. You got a lot to say. You're honest. People love your honesty. And we have the Star. Okay, let's just digest this for a moment, all right? So we have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is a major arcana card. It is about transition. Usually it's read better with the cards that are before and after it. And the after card is the Six of Wands. So I think that honestly, you have been somebody that has gone through a lot of transitions in your life. You have done a lot of kind of transformation on your own. I don't think people have seen the work that you've done. You've done it in darkness. You've done it by yourself, and you're there on your own doing a lot of work on your own. And I think there's going to be a time here where people are going to see it and realize, oh shit, there's been a lot of healing here with pile one. With the Six of Wands, it's all about like being able to have, being recognized for the things that you've done, having recognition for all of the accomplishments that you've had, working in the background and getting things done without people knowing that you were working on those things at all until now. And so you're somebody that, I wonder if you're a Virgo, to be honest with you, because Virgos are a lot like that, where you're you care a lot about your integrity. You don't fuck around with your integrity. Your integrity is the essence of what makes you feel good about who you are as a person and who you are as whatever you do in your life. Like if you decide to be a teacher, you decide to be, in the medical field or whatever the case, your integrity, you expect that your integrity is going to get you there. People see your work ethic. And it's interesting that the Wheel of Fortune is here because I wonder where you came from. I almost want to pull a card to see where you came from. Let's do that. Why not? For entertainment purposes. Let's see. So prior to the Wheel of Fortune, where did pile one come from? Where are they coming from with that? Before this Wheel of Fortune, what is the card before the Wheel of Fortune, please, Spirit? Okay, that's my own. I don't think that is. We're gonna keep that. Okay, so before the Wheel of Fortune, please, Spirit, where is pile one coming from? Please, thank you. Okay, so you're coming from the Lovers. So you might be coming from a connection that you were in that you did not feel good in, that did not honor you, that brought you into an area of feeling appreciated, where you felt like people were not appreciating where you came from. Because to come from the Lovers, that means that there was a connection there, and then the Wheel of Fortune came and changed some shit. And now the Six of Wands is like, I am going to be victorious in this endeavor. Whoever's going to be next to me, they can come or they don't have to come. I'm going to do it by myself. And then we have the Page of Swords, which is this kind of cutting energy of like hell or high water. I'm fucking doing this. And then the Star energy, which is like all about your wish fulfillment. Like you're not letting anyone stop you from your fucking journey. Your determination and your amazing mind around being successful in whatever you're doing is what's inspiring to other people. When other people see this about you, they don't understand it. It feels very alien in a lot of ways. They're like, I don't understand how you can. It could be a connection here, by the way, like I said, or it could just be a bond that you had with maybe a different career or something that you had a long time connection to, that you're breaking away. Let's say you were with a big corporation and you decided to do a small business. That kind of situation. People can't believe that you did that, first of all. People are a little shocked that things actually went your way and that being courageous brought your wish fulfillment. So I bet money that you had haters or you had people in your life that you're like, I wonder what they think about what I've done, or did I do things the right way, or do people still look down on me because I left a great situation in order to go to something that was more along the lines of my authenticity? What this is saying is that no, actually, absolutely everyone's watching you, and absolutely you're right about that. But the outlook is that you have been successful. You were successful in that choice, and people don't know what to do with that. They're like, wow, I kind of always wanted to do that, but I didn't know how to make that happen. And then I see pile one did it, and they fucking kicked ass. And now I don't know, like, I don't know if you have people that follow you, or people, maybe you're an influencer, maybe you're somebody that has a big following, or you're changing you're changing your trajectory. Let's say you were an influencer, and let's say you always focused on food, and now things are more about politics or even cosmetics or whatever you have changed things in. People thought, wow, I don't think they're going to save those followers with that change that they made. And then it turns out that you absolutely did, and it was a wish fulfillment. Like, you're gaining followers with your new perspective on things, and people were not expecting that. So let's clarify the lovers a little bit more. Let's clarify all of these. So we're going to clarify lovers. Clarify the lovers for pile one, please, with what makes them amazing. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Oh, we got two. Five of Swords and wow. Really? That's weird. Okay, we're going to do that. All right, well, we'll break that down in a minute. All right, so tell me more about pile one and the Wheel of Fortune. Why that? For how amazing. Thank you. Oh my God, you have a lot of major arcana cards here. Like, that's fucking nuts. Okay. We have the Empress. Empress is here. Okay. Six of Wands. Why is the Six of Wands here? For why pile one is amazing. We have the Page of Wands. Okay. That kind of explains it. All right. And Page of Swords. Why is the Page of Swords here? Please, Spirit. Why is the Page of Swords here for pile one? The Devil. Wow. Okay. Interesting. All right. And the Star. Clarify the Star of why pile one is amazing. The Star. Please. Why is pile one amazing? Star. Please clarify. Okay, that's my shuffling. Why the pile, or why the Star, please? This is a secret. This might be something you haven't told everybody. And we have the Nine of Coins. Ooh, okay. So maybe we have somebody that wants to be single that is not single. Okay, so where I'm coming from with the lovers, we have the Five of Swords and also the World. So you have a connection in your life that is causing some conflict, okay? There is a connection that you have that either you have already shared that you don't want to be in this connection anymore. Maybe you're obligated to stay in this connection even though you don't want to be in this connection. And so there's discourse there. There is some kind of disagreement and disruption there. and it remains there, kind of like a simmer, like boiling water, right? But the thing is that through this situation, if you stay there simmering, right, the world is there for you. So the the outcome is going to be the world. The outcome is going to be the transition from old 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 ideas about who you thought you were, old ideas about who that person was, all those old ideas of why you even were connected into that connection is going to break down. And you're going to move on to having this completely different perspective on this connection. And it's going to change how you feel about it. It's going to change the outcome of the end of the connection. So an example would be that, let's say you share that you don't want to be in your marriage anymore, right? But you take your time and you're patient and you're kind in the way you express that, and you allow your partner to feel all of the things that they probably have to feel in that progress, right? Of just saying this marriage is probably over. There isn't anything else more to work on. We've kind of understood each other to the point where we know that we're not going to change who we are in our characters, and the end is here, right? So the getting to that point is the Five of Swords, and then arriving to the realization that you guys are both on the same page, that it's probably the end of this connection, but we still care about each other, but it is the end of the romantic part of this connection. So that's where I'm feeling this part. And I think that you should be elevated here and be celebrated if you're the one that held that space in the Five of Swords, that you held the space of, I'm going to allow this to be chaotic and let it happen as it needs to happen, and let this person feel the things they need to feel, so that everything has its process, so you can get to the point where you have the healing in the World card, right? That you have the healing and understanding between you and that person, that there is no fault to be put here. We are equally, at fault, and we are understanding that we're going to move forward in a different way in this connection. We don't need to continue to function in a way that causes us more harm. We can let go of romantic ideas. We can decide to be more of a friend to each other than romantic partners. All that stuff, okay? The second card for the Wheel of Fortune is the Empress. And I think that the appreciation, your partner really appreciates the way that you have been able to be such a beautiful maternal energy here in this situation. And I say that in a very careful way, because a lot of people are having a lot of ideas about what is feminine, what's not, what's masculine, what's not. This is about energy, okay, first of all. And maternal energy is very important in the progression of any species, okay? Especially in species that have menopause, like whales have menopause, elephants have menopause. There are a lot of other creatures that do have that, and it's a matriarchal society where you have these older women that have understood a lot and are able to lead in a very powerful, grounded way. And I think that your person has seen that, because the Empress represents all four queens in tarot. The swords, the wands, and the cups, and the pentacles. She is everything. And she's able to birth forth anything that needs to be needed for the collective. She's there in order to provide that maternal love and instinct for whatever the need is at hand. And so she's coming forth to say that you embody that. In this situation, you have really overcome a lot of self-hate, a lot of self-loathing. You've been able to love yourself in a way that you had to learn on yourself that these situations with these masculine energies did not help you. They provoked you and they pushed you and they showed you in and showed you. Is it really? I don't even know if it's really showing you, right? Like it's forcing you almost to decide what you're going to do. Like, are you going to love yourself? Are you going to love them? Are you going to love them to the detriment of yourself? Or are you going to move forward? And I think you decided to move forward here. With the Page of Wands underneath the Six of Wands, I think that there was some kind of message that came to you, something that came to you that said, I think that this is where I need to go. I need to really focus on loving myself, and I need to, and other people started seeing that, because the Six of Wands is about people appreciating somebody coming through with some kind of celebration, some kind of like you're celebrating some kind of accomplishment, and you're coming through with this accomplishment, and people are looking at you and saying, wow, this person really fucking went above reproach, and they really have grown so much. There's somebody, this Page of Wands, I think this person, I don't know if this is the person that you were kind of crushing on, or somebody that holds some space for you into your life. This person has seen that about you and is saying, wow, this person has really moved forward and they don't need me. Like, I'm peanuts compared to what they need or to what they deserve. Because when you think of the Page of Wands, that's a young energy, and it's a very rambunctious energy and a fast energy compared to the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is all about being like, having the moment of having someone come to you, or you coming into a situation where you're being congratulated. So someone is going to come and congratulate you, maybe that you never expected. Somebody that's young, somebody that's inexperienced is going to come towards you and say, wow, you are amazing, and I've seen your growth, and I really respect your growth, and I've seen how far you've come, and I know that I can trust you. And I know that I can trust when I ask you questions, you're going to give me the fucking straight out answer. And I really appreciate that, because that's not happening in my life right now. Like, I really am grateful for that. And that says a lot, because the next card we have is the Page of Swords. Now, the Page of Swords, you would think that's all about like intuition and intellect and epiphany and all of the, having that childlike desire to move forward in any kind of enlightenment that you can possibly think of, but in a very young-minded, eager way, okay? And that was clarified by the Devil. So I think what's going to happen is that you're going to have this uptick of people that really are just going to take your word and just follow you, and just take your word and be like, I don't know if you have like a social platform, or if you teach in any kind of like way in your career, but there's going to be some people that are going to be like blindly devoted to you in a way that might be uncomfortable for you. And it's not to discourage you. It's not to discourage you in how you move forward. You should continue to move forward as you are with what you're doing. It speaks more about the population and how hungry people are for leadership in this country. I live in North America. Everything is all fucked up here. Like, hence why I'm drinking. It's a fucking shit show over here. Like, it is a shit show. Well, let's just be honest. It's a fucking shit show. So there's going to be a group of people that are going to listen to you and say, I'm just going to fuck it. I'm 100%. I don't need to hear all the other videos about this person. I'm going to be devoted, because there's something about you that is going to be bring something that is elementary and clear, that no matter where you are in the social construct of life right now, they're going to understand where you're coming from. So that's awesome as far as like, if you have a platform, if you're somebody coming into social media, that this is a positive reading for you in that kind of regard. But the thing that I would say is that, or to be careful about, is that you're also going to have some haters. You're also going to have some people that are negative, some people that do those like below the belt shots on your character. And I think that you have to recognize where those people are coming from and rise above from that and realize that attention is attention. If they want to give you that attention, that's fine. But you don't have to, really take all of that energy in. Like, you don't need to do that. That's something that they are doing that has nothing to do with what you're doing. That's their expression. And they have the right to do that. And you also have the right to decide that you're not going to take that energy in and you're going to ignore it or do whatever you need to do to dismiss it, because there's always going to be people that disagree with you. But as long as you're being ethical and fair and kind and good, that shouldn't be that big of a worry. Now, we have the star and we have the 9 of coins. So the star, to clarify the star with the 9 of coins, I think that a lot of people admire you for how independent you are. So you might be somebody that's an independent influencer or independent journalist. You might be somebody who is putting yourself forward without regard about how it makes you look. You are out there to just be as truthful as you are with who you are and how you move in this world. And a lot of people kind of, I think they, what's the word? I think they wish they were you in a lot of ways. I think that they kind of are a little bit jealous that you can do that. You've decided to do that. And there might be people in your life that are very critical that you've decided to just be your truest self, be the most authentic person that you can possibly be, in the same way and it's created this persona in that other people see. Because the 9 of coins, for me anyway, it is a card of like a woman that's out there, like she is affluent and she's got money and she's out there very independent. Like, people can see it. It's not hidden. This love, or this love for self, is not hidden. This abandonment of being a part of something in order to feel great is not hidden. They are just specifically pulling themselves away to be independent on their own and not need what the status quo says would give you affluence, right? So I think all of those things in combination make everyone really admire you and feel like there are a lot of qualities that you have that people want to tap into. And you might feel really a lot of tugging onto you, of people wanting to tug onto you and say, how can I do this? And how can I be more like you? And I want to be more like you. And like, how to do that. And maybe the advice is let's look and see what the heart chakra, what is the message there with the heart chakra? We all know what the heart chakra is, right? We all are kind of a little aware of, like, it has to do with communication. It has to do with being able to be honest and true to yourself, and honest about what that feels like and how you communicate that to other people. So the key facts about the heart chakra is the color green, the sound yam. Okay, it is the element of air. The gland that it presides over is the thalamus. And the key word is that I love, all right? So parallel to the heart, this chakra represents unconditional love, compassion, and harmony, relationships, and healing. And it's believed to be the link between the mind, body, and soul. Balancing this area will take a while, but you should allow all the time that you need in order to heal. That healing energy can give through the flow freely by loving yourself and others, and as well as learning forgiveness. You will become more attuned with spirit. So so this is bringing you back to not being arrogant, not being like, oh, everybody loves me, oh, everybody, I'm so fantastic because people want to be like me, or but no, it's you remaining to be humble. Be humble through this time in your life. Be humble in understanding that times of sunshine are temporary, and we need light just like we need darkness. And darkness comes too, and we need to be able to weather both of those storms. So if this is your time of lightness, like understand its lightness and endure it and love it and appreciate it, and then understand that okay, at some point darkness can happen too, but it does not negate the light that you understand about yourself, okay? Any darkness does not like erase what you've already learned about yourself. You already know that you are going to put a big impact on other people. And you already know that that impact is important and that you have to continue with that purpose. And that purpose is going to cause transformation in a lot of other people. And so just stay the course and just understand that as things progress, that you stay humble and understand that you have to be grounded into your heart chakra and understand why you're doing what you're doing and the impact that you're having, and that as long as you are grounded, the impact that you're having, that energy is going to be a positive energy that you're putting out, versus not being grounded and having negative energy out there or insecurity that's out there, and then you're just going to like let that seep out. We don't want that. Like we want, clear energy to be able to come out in a way that's grounded and positive, so it benefits you and the people that you influence. Okay? So I'm going to leave it right there, and I will see you next time, okay? Thank you so much, and I would appreciate if you would subscribe, please, and then like or share or whatever you want to do, but something, goddammit, so that my tiny ass channel can grow. I would appreciate that. Thank you so much. Until next time, guys. All right, bye. Okay, I don't know what's happening here, but why is my shit blurry? Like, mm, mm, mm-hmm. Why is it blurry? Ugh, it gets me so frustrated. Like, you guys don't even know. Like, I try so hard to make these videos not, oh, there you go. So I try so hard to make these videos not blurry. And I'm a little pissed off that I probably did the whole other fucking reading that way. God damn it. Anyway, here we are. Pile 2. I think this is sodalite. I might be wrong. Could be lapis lazuli. But I think it's sodalite. Okay? This is pile 2. We're going to put this card here, and we're going to look it up later, and it is called Rejoice in Celebration or Celecordication. I don't know. We're going to look it up. Okay. So we're going to figure out what makes you amazing. And like, the last video was really great because even though it might have been completely fucking blurry, It was cool because what came out was that the person was pretty powerful and had a lot of people that was like really watching them. So let's just see what comes out for you, and let's see, why do people think you're amazing? What's going on? Like, why do people think you're amazing, pile two? Okay. All right, let's do it. Why? Thank you. So we have the Queen of Pentacles. And we have the Eight of Wands. Wow, okay. That's fast moving energy right there. Oh, let me move this and I'm going to put that there. There we go. Okay. Tell me more. Why is pile two so amazing? The Emperor. Wow. Okay. So you hold a high standing wherever you are. Tell me more. Why are they amazing? Why is pile two so amazing? Please, Spirit. Why is pile two so amazing? Okay. Ace of Wands. Okay, so we'll start with that. So we have the Queen of Pentacles, we have the Eight of Wands, and we have the Emperor, and we have the Ace of Wands. All right. So I already am feeling like you're somebody that has a lot of power, and you could have a lot of power in your home life, or you can have a lot of power in your professional life. The Queen of Pentacles is somebody who I imagine in my mind anyway, that is like a stay-at-home mom that is able to manage multiple things at once, able to manage people's schedules, doctor's appointments, grocery lists, laundry, all of those things, and still be grounded and powerful and swift. With the Eight of Wands, that's a swift, fast energy. So she, whoever this person is powerful. There's an Emperor in your life. So this could be a counterpart reading where you do have a husband or wife here that is more stoic, more somebody who does not share a lot of emotions, somebody who is standoffish, not hands-on when it comes to the family, not hands-on with a lot of things that go on, but they're also the planner as well. Like they are the last word when it comes to making big decisions. Like I'd like to buy a 50-inch TV, or I'd like to want to redo the, the electronics in this room, or I want to so even though you are somebody that makes a lot of decisions, you're not the one that holds the purse, is what I feel. And at the Ace of Wands, I feel like this person tends to be very vocal about their position, which I kind of don't like, but let's get more. Clarify the Queen of Wands, please. Why is the Queen of Wands here? Or why pile two is amazing. Why? Pile two. Tell me more about that, please, Spirit. Why is pile two so amazing? Can you tell me more? No, that's a mistake. Tell me more, please. Why is pile two amazing? Thank you. Oh, Eight of Swords. Okay. Clarify the Eight of Wands, please. Thank you. Death. Oh, fuck. Okay. That feels heavy. That feels heavy. Emperor, please. Clarify the Emperor, please. Clarify the Emperor. We've got a lot of cards here for the Emperor. What do you need us to have? Okay. We're not that. And the Five of Cups. Really, do we need the Five of Cups? Is that supposed to be there? It is supposed to be there. Fuck. Okay. Alright, hold on. Ace of Wands. Clarify the Ace of Wands, please. Okay. Ten of Cups. Okay. So here's the thing. I think that there's some things that are here that are, and I'm not surprised that kind of feels like a lot of these piles have negative and positive things going on, and it could be related to what in the North America area, what we're going through with the United States. Could be why that there is like so much negativity in people's overall mindset about things, and especially about men being in charge of things. So like the Queen of Pentacles was clarified by the Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Swords is all about like feeling trapped. Like I feel trapped. I feel like my thoughts and ideas are not going to be heard, and they're going to keep me trapped because I'm afraid to be vocal about what I'm feeling with what's happening here in this connection. And I don't know how to explain how I'm feeling to this other person. Now, there's this idea of just like throwing caution to the wind and saying, fuck it, let's just say what I feel, and whatever happens, happens. That's what this Eight of Wands feels like to me. And the Death. I think that this person is, or if it's you, somebody is like, if I say what I really want to say, oh, it's going to end everything. And the ending is going to be fast and it's going to be painful. So there's hesitation here. I feel hesitation. And the reason why I feel hesitation is because after the Emperor, we have the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles is slow moving. It is like a message coming, you know, if you could imagine, like right now we have like, you know, regular postal office. It's like doing ground. It's like, you know, it's taking its time and it's getting there. But that message is delayed because your apprehension about how your emperor is going to feel about things is holding you back. And it bothers me that you're in this situation, because this is a reading about what makes you amazing. And it bothers me that we're in a situation here where this masculine energy is kind of overtaking what makes you amazing. I don't like that shit. It really bothers me. But this Ace of Pentacles is slow energy. It's an offering that's slow. And then we had Five of Cups. So that's feeling left out in the cold. So if you've been feeling inadequate or feeling like you could have been more honest about things, your person feels that already. All right. So it's not new news for your person to know that you feel that way. By the way, they know that already. But the next card is a star. And so that brings me hope, because I feel like they have an abundant amount of trust into you, that with this Queen of Pentacles energy, that you are going to have the ability to give beyond what they're imagining. They want you to be the so gracious. They imagine that, yes, I'm fucking up so bad and I need help, and I'm hoping that you're going to be gracious with me. And I'm trusting that you're going to be gracious with me, because one of the things that I love about you is that you've been so kind and giving. Now, you might be at your end for the kindness and the giving, but with these Ace of Wands, they're hoping with a lot of passion that they get this Ten of Cups, you know, opportunity with you. So So they're hoping that because of all of the beauty that you have and the ability for you to be so benevolent and being kind and giving, and they love that about you, and that's something that is unique. They haven't had, they don't know anyone in their life that's ever really showed that. Okay, so you got to give a little bit of grace and understand that, like, they only know what they know, and they haven't experienced much. And for them to understand that you are somebody that would love them in such a complete way is a big deal for them. And so they're hoping the Ace of Wands, they're hoping the Star, and feel the Five of Cups. All of that is coming into that idea of like, please, Jesus, just let them love me and let them see me for who I am so that we can move forward. Now, I don't advise that kind of grace to just everyone, okay? Just in my personal opinion, it's these unique situations where you feel like you're connected beyond, this physical realm. Perhaps there's some telepathic stuff going on, or there's like where your soulmates in some kind of like ethereal way. Perhaps this can work, okay? I'll leave that there because it is, I should do a whole reading on twin flames is what I really should do, because I have a lot of ideas and opinions about that. But I think that this person though really is hoping that you're going to be graceful with them. And with the rejoice in selenegifttarot, which it's a new thing for me. Let's see what that card means, and I'm going to read what that card means, because quien sabe, right? Okay, so hold on. Un momentito, povecito, chiquito. Hold on. All right, rejoice in. All right, hold on. Not that one, not that one. Rejoice in. Nope, not that one. This book is interesting because it does not give you, like, you have to go in the categories that they have, so it's not numeric. Okay, so just hold on. Okay. A time in memorant, celebration, birth, success, and victory is at hand. You're doing what you love most and are pursuing your passion. And you follow your heart and intuition with zeal. And there are no limits to what you can achieve. And when the energy of excitement and love is present, you can feel it moving within you. Somehow, love, somehow love has a way of showing you that you are connected to something much greater than yourself. The number 3 symbolizes unity and a time to rejoice in gratitude and sharing, whether it's with family members, friends, or even co-workers. And it is the moment of fruition with all of your dedicated work. So pat yourself on the back and party and dance in celebration with your accomplishments. So this card is basically saying, oh Jesus, uh-oh, I don't know what fell. Anyway, it's just saying that this person, the progression of how much they believe in you is that they really do have high hopes that things are going to be going well. You might be a couple that has been together for a long time, because for me, it feels very much like up and down. Like there's been times where you've been grateful and kind to each other and times where you haven't been. It feels like a relationship that has been through a lot of up and downs. But overall, what it's saying is that this person, and this could be somebody who is a coworker, not a coworker, but a boss or something like that. It doesn't have to be a romantic connection. But either way, there's been time here with you and this person. And I feel like that there has been some evolution in respect with how they see you. They see you in a greater respect than they used to. And they understand you have a power to influence that they didn't expect. And I love that, because when it comes to the Ten of Cups, it's about, really producing, your all of the emotion about love and moving forward and going forward with your greatest hopes and desires, and having that faith, that blind faith, in order to move forward in that way. So yeah, I think that's all I have here for you, pile 2. I'm gonna leave it here, and please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for spending time here, and I hope it helped. And if it didn't, until next time, there's always going to be a time where things will resonate. Not everything should resonate, but whatever you draw from it that teaches you brings you closer to your authenticity, and that's the goal, right? Like, we want to be as honest as we possibly can. So yeah, subscribe. Thank you. It just helps to grow my channel, and then I'll see you next time. All right, thank you. All right, pile 3. All right, baby, we got here. Okay, so we're going to talk about the people that admire you. Now, it could be a romantic person, it could be a very platonic work person, but somebody's going to come out. If I can say anything, these other piles have been where one person has come out for the person. So here we have this, we have power. Okay, so that's your card. Let's see what happens here about, like, what makes you amazing. Okay, so a lot of the other piles have been very deep. A lot have been inclusive of what people in their professional and romantic life think about them. So let's see, how about for you, okay? What for pile 3, their person or people? Thank you. Okay, we have the Ace of Wands. Okay, tell me more. For pile 3, thank you, Spirit. Okay, that's the Knight of Coins. All right, so something that's fast but yet slow. Okay, tell me more. We have the 4-5 of Swords. Wow, okay. Interesting. Tell me more. Oh, shit. Hold on. Where is that card? Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, the Ace of Swords. Wow. Under the Ace of Wands. Holy shit. Okay. So you're super opinionated. You might be a Virgo or Aries. You're somebody that does not give two shits about what people think about you, which is funny, because if you're and it makes sense. These two cards really make sense with power, because you're not somebody that cares so much about what people think about you. You just put out the information that you have, and you hope that they get it. You hope hopefully it lands in the right way, and you try not to care about it. I think you do care about it because you're here watching this reading, right? So let's clarify the action of coins, please. Okay, we're going to take the first one. The Magician. Okay, manifesting. Let's take the next one for Four of Swords, please. Clarify the Four of Swords. Please clarify the Four of Swords. Ay! Sorry. Ay! Sorry. I hit the camera. This flew out. Death. You might have some Scorpio in your chart, maybe. But for the Five of Swords, you have that. Why do they love pile 3? Why do people love pile 3? Got another one. Okay, so this is why they love you. I think, first of all, you're super opinionated. You have a lot of opinions about a lot of shit. And I think that your opinions are pretty on point. And some people, I think, want to make it seem like the opinions that you have are too outlandish, or perhaps like outside of the box, and then later on those opinions come to be true. All right, so you have the Ace of Wands. That's like epiphany, right? And then below that you have the Ace of Swords. It's like you're passionate, you're powerful, and your intuition is absolutely on point. And people don't know how to handle that, to be honest with you. So you might have had situations and interactions with coworkers or family members where you were just honest about whatever question they asked, and then maybe the response that you got from them was not what you thought. Maybe you wanted them to be like, or maybe you thought they would be like, oh my God, that's such a good idea. But instead it was like, oh, that's interesting. And then they would walk away. And then later on, though, when these ideas were tested out later, they ended up being true. With the action of coins, that's also epiphany about something that's solid, something that's concrete, ideas, offerings, messages that are concrete. You're trying to help your area of expertise and helping them grow in what they need to grow. And it seems like with the Magician, you're trying to manifest some creation here. And I'm wondering, only because I'm in the health field, I'm wondering if you're in the health field, like there's something that you're trying to tell people, like management or other people, like, this is the problem. Please listen to me. Please listen to what I'm saying. I'm being very concrete and honest about what's happening. And this is, I think, what the solution can be. And no one's listening to you. You have the Five of Swords is about really fighting a battle but not winning the war. So you might feel like you're up against a lot. And I think people see that. They see that you're up against a lot, and they know that you're up against a lot, and they have compassion towards you. They feel a lot of feelings about you fighting by yourself that gives them this feeling of, sadly, it just feels like they feel like that you're by yourself, that you don't have enough people there to fight with you, even though your cause is true, your cause is righteous, in whatever that endeavor is, like whatever there be, like if you're in the healthcare field, it could be about staffing, or if it's about business, it can be about more support, it could be about, a lot of things, being a teacher, right, needing more of that staffing around you. But like, it's almost like administration is like, oh no, 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 What this person is saying is not needed. But don't be disillusioned. I think that the plan in this situation for you is that you're going to move on to better things. So the next card is the Two of Swords, which really is about like a little bit of denial, right? It's about like you're blindfolded and you're holding up two swords around you and you're like, I don't want to hear the truth. I just want to protect myself. I am at this point where I can't even digest more shit. This shit is fucking beyond me, right? But then you get to a point where you melt over and you're like, oh no, I have found a better place for me that will support my dreams and support the outcome that I want. And that's where I'm going to go. Yes, I'm still burdened. I'm taking my swords with me, but also I'm going to go. So yes, people in your life are seeing you in that kind of way where you're speaking the truth and no one's listening. And they understand that at some point, you're going to leave. Now, what they do after that is their problem. But the way you're being looked at is that you're very, very, very in tune with what's happening, and they're not listening. People are not listening to the truth that you're saying, and you're getting to the point where you're going to want to look to another place, and you're going to be rewarded for that. So, which speaks to a lot of this card, right? We're talking about power. 8 makes me think of like that eternity symbol. Okay, so let's see what does power mean. So let's go ahead and look up power. Hold on. Sorry. Okay, so power. It says, as a spiritual being, you have been unlimited power in your command. This card represents your inner strength, willpower, courage, compassion, and generosity and love. At any moment, these beautiful qualities can assist you in coping with the adverse condition of what is in front of you or many surrounding your life. You set aside the necessary time to resolve such issues, and power represents more of the physical external strength that can be channeled emotionally, mentally, and also spiritually. When you have the balance of over body, mind, and soul, and with the power of spirit, anything can be overcome to achieve the most positive result. Power and strength can be developed to work in harmony in any situation. Every obstacle, every error helps build your knowledge and understanding of the world around you. And you make a mistake, and it's a chance for you to stop and listen and ask yourself, what am I supposed to be learning here? And how can I make this situation better? Mistakes are great wake-up calls, and they provide with you the opportunities of discovery for your weaknesses. What needs what needs to be changed and which areas of your life are improving equally, they can provide blessings in a disguise. Just remember that you are power. So it's just like you're not powerless here in this situation. People recognize that you're right in the beginning, and I think that you have to embrace who you are, embrace your authenticity, and say, yeah, you know what? I am going to be as true as I can possibly be, and I'm going to choose happiness. Basically, I'm going to choose happiness. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to choose my happiness because fuck these fuckers. Fuck them. I've already made clear all the things that I see that's wrong, and they still choose to not listen. And you get this opportunity to just be be devoted to who you are authentically, and that is going to be where you are. And other people in your life see it, they're going to respect it, and they're going to know it, and they're not going to judge you for it. The true friends are not going to judge you for it, and you might find yourself in this situation where you got to weed people out, where like you thought people were going to be really honest with you about who you are, about what you're trying to put forward, and then when you put that thing forward, they're going to be like, oh wow, I didn't expect that from you. Well, then you got to ask yourself, what were they expecting? God damn it, what were they expecting? Hypocrisy? Fakeness? What were they expecting? For me to bend over? For me to not choose to choose what's true? That's what you got to ask yourself. So you want to be, with the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords, like there's truth coming out that people don't want to hear. And I'm asking you and I'm telling you that there are a sect of people in your life, and my right ear is ringing as I say this. There are people in your life that want this truth to come out and support you 100%. And those are the people that you need to listen to, not the greater public, not people who don't know you well enough. They don't deserve to have that space at your table, okay? You are somebody that functions at a higher level than a lot of people, and understand that about yourself. Understand where you come from. You've suffered more than most people, and you need to come from that place when you decide to take ownership of your power. Okay? So I'm going to leave that there. And if you loved this, resonated with it, I really hope that you please like and subscribe. I'm open for personal readings, and I have my email there available, so you can message me if you are interested in that. And otherwise, I am going to see you guys until next time. I love you. Thank you. Mwah!